Hi, my name is Donald Taylor. I'm coming to you from here in Vancouver Island, and just giving you a close-up of what I call a Hexidome micro cabin. And I'd like to get something comparable to the teeny tiny homes. These are about 3 times the size, for about half the price, for a permanent setup. They're portable, and so what you have here, this is your cabin design here. Okay, I have if you look here, this is the floor system that I built last fall, and there are a series of interlocking hexagons that you see there. So this here, I have 16 of these of these platforms, hexagonal platforms, to make up this green. So this green they're 8-foot sides, 16 feet across, or 192 square foot. And I actually took this platform and I put it inside this cabin. But it's more for light duty. It's a 2-piece geometric under support. And what I've done, I made another system which is a single piece. So this is actually 432 square feet, 12 foot per sides, or 24 feet across. So this is a 7-piece construction. This is for your under support. This is not your floor, but the under support for your floor. And something like this, probably 2x6 would work. If you wanted it heavier, then you would go to 2x8. And you can see right here the green. The green is your 2x10 beam support, put together in a 6-sided or hexagonal fashion. And the beauty about that is that you could take your beam support, you put your posts and all that in, your concrete, and then you just drop your beam support on there. So you're just a little bit off ground. You could be, if you want to use it for storage, you could actually raise this up so it's 3 feet off the ground, 4 feet off the ground, and it'd be very stable. There's no center support in this. You don't need it. And the beauty about this is when you put your floor system on this, your floor system is more or less floating. So it's a floating floor system that goes on the 6-way grade beam system. And the under support system here is actually made up of 7 pieces. So it's a 7-piece kit. So I took away the green there. So you can actually see the systems here. This is 12 foot. This is 4 foot. So the distance from here to here, it's going to fit on a trailer. It's going to be around 8 foot. So you got 6 of those, and with 1 in the center. So they're all joined together. So your beam support is around there. So it's perfectly balanced. And so what I like to do is be able to make one of these in my backyard, and then once I got this done, and then put this on top. So this Hexidome cabin, you would actually have your floor would be down here. This is a 4-foot pony wall. Then your 2-piece, from here to the top of your dome here is 8 feet. So you would be 8 plus 4 feet. You would be 12. Then if you got another 4 feet for your where you raise up your floor, that would be 16 foot. So from the ground to the top would be 16 feet. And then so you put this cabin on top of this larger floor system. It gives you a walkaway. You could actually use a 2x6 decking and do that, and you can put your your balcony that goes around. Or if you want to get fancy, you could turn and turn your cabins offset to the under support. And I kind of like that. It takes a little more work to do it, but you could do something like that. And so everything would be decked out. So once you set up your under support, your decking is already on there, and then you just make up you take your hexagon panel system and you put it on there, and your floor is done. And so your whole floor system becomes like a truss. You could shake it all day and it's not going to fall down, and yet it's still compact, where you can take it apart and load it up and go. And I'm just going to give you a shot of the Hexidome cabin that I made outside. What I have here. So that's it there. So 16-foot diameter. It's a fair size, and this one here is not quite geometrically perfect. And I'm about 13.5 feet from the top to the bottom there. So your door on something like this, if your floor is going to be on the bottom, would be be a pull-out. You would have to box this in. And for windows, you would have a window to the left, a window to the right, and a window toward the back. And so your windows on here, I'm going to go to a bare spot. So the dimensions, the bottom part is 8 foot across here. And going up, it's going to be about 7 foot, and it goes up to about maybe like 5 foot there. So we give you room for a 3 foot opening, 3 by probably a 4 foot window. You can even probably go 3 by 5 or something like that. Then you just make a window box, put it in, and you can make it so your window box comes apart, goes back in, then you just have to seal her up. And make a really nice art studio, especially if you got this is elevated off the ground about this high, and you got your deck up here, and it'd be quite nice. Then you can store your lawnmowers and other stuff. You can store it underneath your deck, or wood storage or whatever. And this is a new concept to YouTube, and it's not my design. I've been working with these kind of designs since 1988, and it's the Lord. He's been training me. The Holy Spirit's been training me in these concepts. Okay, I'll give you a look on the inside. These are the panel systems that you've seen earlier. They're made out of 5/8 plywood, fir plywood, with fir 2x6 interlocks. Then I have a little core in the center. As you see, they're not insulated, but you could insulate them. And that's you can see how they come together. So your accuracy on this has to be 99%. And this is your geometric undersupport. The light green here is your primary. So this is a primary hex where you got your 6 feet coming to ground, where they're adjustable. Then you have this that goes over top, and you got 6 legs coming to the ground. Then I have them, I don't know if you can see them or not. Right back there, you can see the metal brackets. They're all fastened together. It's amazingly strong. Then I got these legs here actually sliding into this wooden dais, but you can make that out of metal. So this would be good for a building where you don't have a wraparound deck, and like for emergency shelter, this would be perfect because it's very compact. You have a lightweight under support system that can set up anywhere, and yet it's light. It goes together in minutes pretty well. And then you make your floor on top, and so you can shake this deck all day, and it's not going to go anywhere. It'd be the same thing with the next upgrade to like a single piece deck. You'd actually just be joining your under support sections together. Lots of light in here. I just use lumber wrap and some tarps. That's the what I call the spider up there. That's the center connector. You make that. So if you're going to make one of these, once you have your floor in place, and once you got your 4-foot walls or your razor walls in place, then you would deck it out, and you'd have to build a scaffolding to actually raise your top deck up there, and then you would put in your wall inserts. Okay, I want to go in and show you some of the work that I've been doing over the many years. I have literally thousands of hours of design, and I'm going to show you some of the stuff. This is a PRP shelter that I made for the homeless, so you can see how the hexagonal panels lock together. Each panel there is a larger design than the ones that you saw. These are 8 feet across, or 48 square feet. So you can put it together in a format like that. You can make it double story. Lots of stuff you can do. Now this here is back in 2009. That's what I was hoping to do. Micro-community building concepts and solutions. And you can see how I use the hexagonal systems to build this camp layout. I think this here is about 16 acres. And that's my name. Okay, what else I got to show you here? Well, that's like an earlier mock-up that I've done back in 2009. All right. This is a floor system that I've fabricated, where you would have an H7 system, or 7 of these panels going together, and it's an open design. And right in the center, right in the hub, you would actually have a post that would go to ground, so you could actually make this several stories or so with a dome on the top. And this is designed for, if you want to grow tomatoes 14 feet tall, you could do it. So each one of these panels here, you could actually have 6 tomato plants going straight up, or you could, have vertical raised garden or whatever. Very workable, very compact. You could feed a lot of people this way. And this is one of my latest projects. This is the first thing that the Lord gave me when I was homeless. It'd be a nice little homeless shelter. Everything that you need is here. You have the base for your septic, for your water, for your electrical. And so this cabin here actually goes into this cradle, so you could actually have it. So the bottom part's, it's an actual trailer. So this would be for it could be used for emergency housing. You can see the inside of these buildings that I just showed you there. You have different scales. The one I showed you is the smallest scale here, and 4 feet across. This is 4 feet across here. This is 5 feet across, or 10 feet from point to point. This one here is 6 foot, or 12 feet across, or 12. And this is, they get bigger anyway. So you got an H48, 75, 108, and from there, and this would be the largest. This would actually be like an 8 foot sides on it. But that's something that wouldn't be portable. I don't know if I got any more to show you. I want to keep my time under 15 minutes. So anyway, this is the concept that I would like to bring to the table to make these little cabins. And I could build them here right on the property and just ship them out. So if any of you out there, you want a cabin built, I'll build one here, and then you can have it trucked out and I'll set her up. And at some point I'll actually have put it together where we have videos and all that, and how you could actually set up the kits. And at some point where you can actually make the kits. It's going to be needed. We're coming into the time of great earth changes, and we need to think about preparing. This is Donald E. Taylor. The Lord calls me Joshua, coming to you from across from the Nanaimo Airport on Vancouver Island.